How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. As we welcome the next decade, new excitement and more amazing storylines to come for the NBA. The youngest players currently, Sekou Doumbouya of the Detroit Pistons, who just turned 19 December 23rd. Oldest by far, Vince Carter, 3 full years older than the second oldest player, who's been riding the bench for Miami forever. The age difference between Carter and Doumbouya, 24 years apart. With that said, let's take a look at the best NBA players from every age right now. Starting with 19 years old, he currently hasn't played in the regular season yet, but it's no doubt Zion Williamson, sometime likely mid-January, even though there's still a chance he might sit out this whole season. Based on what we've seen at Duke and in preseason, Williamson was a monster, averaged over 23 a game on 71% shooting in the 4 games. Many would say it's too early to judge, but there'd be no doubt a healthy Zion would average at least 14 and 8 if he was playing right now. But of the 19-year-olds who are playing, I'm going with Tyler Hero over RJ Barrett for now, since Hero's been extremely productive for a playoff team in Miami. But if Zion makes his debut before the end of this season, I'll officially give Zion the nod if he performs to his expectation. Age 20, Luka Dončić hands down, and it's not even close. In case you guys haven't watched, I made a video of Luka a few months back, whether he's the best 20-year-old all time or not. Only 3 other guys come to mind. Putting up an amazing 29, 9 and 9, the former EuroLeague MVP is bound to make his first of many All-Star appearances. Still in the discussion for MVP, could become the youngest ever. When Dončić is in his mid to late 20s, there's no doubt in my mind he'll be the best player in the game at the time. The second best 20-year-old right now is John Moran, and he's the favorite to win this year's Rookie of the Year. Age 21, Trae Young. Without a doubt the second best sophomore behind Luka, the 6'1" guard will remain 21 till September, playing for the horrendous Hawks, one of the worst teams in the NBA. It doesn't take away from the fact that he's averaging 28.5 points over 8 dimes, should be an All-Star come February. Drawing many Steph Curry comparisons, Steph was still in college at age 21. Atlanta will have to build around Young throughout the decade, while Jason Tatum's not far behind, who will also likely become a first-time All-Star, averaging over 21 a game for a very good Boston team. Age 22, Brandon Ingram. Having a breakout season, finally living up to his expectations, the 6'7", 190-pound small forward has been the clear #1 option for New Orleans, averaging over 25 and 7 boards on over 49% shooting his first 30 games, a 7-point increase from last season, improving in every aspect of his game, online for a max contract. The regaining Western Conference Player of the Week's helping the Pelicans get better after early struggles. The bright future continues for BI, also playing better than De'Aaron Fox and Jamal Murray right now. Age 23, Donovan Mitchell. It would be an absolute travesty if Mitchell doesn't make the 2020 All-Star team. The face of the Jazz franchise, putting up around 25, 4 and 4. His team's been hot as of late, winners of 9 of their last 10, continues to make spectacular plays, close out effectively down the stretch. I rank D-Mitch ahead of Devin Booker. Combined with the team's success, Booker's Suns are still horrible, also ahead of D'Angelo Russell and Ben Simmons as well, who's also 23 years old. At this moment, Mitchell's the better player, while Simmons barely improved since his rookie season. Jaylen Brown's also been playing better than Simmons this season. Age 24, I'm slightly going with Nikola Jokic over Karl Anthony Towns. You could make a debate for either or. Cat's averaging 26.5 points, almost 12 rebounds on 42% shooting from 3. Sadly, nobody's talking about his brilliance since his team doesn't win enough games. Better than Jokic's stats, but the Serbian has changed the dynamic of the Nuggets franchise, already having a taste of playoff success, making everyone around him better. Towns is a better scorer, but he's only won 1 playoff game in his first 4 seasons and counting. Age 25, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who just turned 25 on December 6th, even playing better than a season ago. The Greek Freak has an insane player efficiency rating of 33.6, which would be the best in NBA history, running away with the MVP as it stands. After 33 games, his averages of 30.4 points, 13 rebounds on over 55% shooting is just flat out ridiculous. Also a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. His team currently has the best record for the 2nd straight season, and he's also much improved on his 3-ball, a scary sight for the rest of the league. Joel Embiid's the 2nd best 25-year-old on the planet. Age 26, Anthony Davis, having the most success he's ever had in the NBA, with the Lakers currently the #1 seed in the West. The Brown won't turn 27 till March. Already in his 8th season, the 6-time All-Star has averages of over 27 points, 9 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, a monster on both ends of the floor, currently in his prime and the best team he's ever been on. Bradley Beal's the 2nd best 26-year-old, who was picked 3rd in the 2012 draft. draft. Age 27, Kyrie Irving, still hurt for Brooklyn after playing just 11 games, averaging 28.5 points. The future Hall of Famer has missed over 20 games 2 of his last 3 seasons, but when healthy, he's one of the best point guards in the league. Rudy Gobert's the second best 27-year-old, while Vic Oladipo still hurt. Age 28, without question, Kawhi Leonard, the 2-time Finals MVP, has been piecing himself this regular season, on pace to play 60 games with low management. Come playoff time, he'll look to lead 2 different franchises in back-to-back years and capturing its first title. The Raptors, let alone, haven't even been to the finals till last season, and the Clippers will be on their way to making it come June 2020. Age 29, Paul George, who's almost played as many games as Kawhi this season, despite missing the first 3 weeks due to injury, will need to step up huge in the postseason if the Clippers are going to win the 2020 title. Still one of the best two-way players in the game. I rank him a little ahead of Damian Lillard. You can make the argument for both. Lillard's a better pure scorer, but George is the better two-way player. Very debatable. Kemba Walker's behind both of them. Age 30, James Harden, continuing to put up video game numbers, still averaging over 38 on the season. No player other than Will put up higher scoring numbers. The former MVP once again is doing it all for Houston, having a lot of responsibilities for his team, still seeking for his first championship. The other great 30-year-olds are Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, and Blake Griffin. Age 31, as for this season, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are injured. Unclear if both will come back and play later this season. I doubt it. If I had to choose between the two, I would go with a healthy Durant, 1 and 2 without question. So the best active 31-year-old right now, Russell Westbrook, clearly number 1 outside of KD and Steph, playing excellent basketball as of late, averaging over 24, 8 and 7, but needs to improve on that 3-point shot. Age 32, Mike Conley, despite struggling this season and having a nightmare shooting year, the 6'1" point guard's averaging over 13.5 points with the Jazz. Still out with injury, Conley's presence will only help the team get better later on. The second best 32-year-old right now, Aaron Baines. After having a hot start, he slowed down as of late over the last few weeks. Age 33, Kyle Lowry, still getting it done on both ends, averaging over 20 a game on the season, 7.5 dimes, already in his 8th season with Toronto. Despite many playoff disappointments, Lowry will always be remembered as an NBA champion, while Lou Williams, the second best 33-year-old, will be seeking for his first title, averaging around 19 a game for the Clippers. Both are very good for their age. Age 34, Chris Paul, who still has a lot of basketball left, balling out for the surprising Thunder, who's 4 games above 500, averaging over 16, 5 and 6, still as tough and crafty as they come. Still a possibility, he'll have a slight chance to make the All-Star team this season. LaMarcus Aldridge deserves an honorable mention. Age 35, LeBron James, in unprecedented territory, year 17 feels like year 7, putting up around 25, 7 and 11 in the MVP conversation. James is almost not human, still dominating the way he does on the nightly basis, while Carmelo Anthony was the best 35-year-old for a couple weeks before he signed with Portland. The best 35-year-old was JJ Redick. Age 36. Shockingly, there's nobody in the league right now that's 36. Devin Harris and Jarrett Jack are still unsigned free agents, will likely never play in the NBA again. The next one would be Andre Iguodala, whose future still remains a mystery, with many contenders trying to sign him. The next guy after Iggy would be Thabo Sefolosha on his last legs with Houston. Age 37, Tyson Chandler, the only player in the league currently 37, is also on his very last legs. Averaging under 9 minutes a game for the Rockets, Chandler should be retired at the end of 2020. Age 38, Kyle Korver, who still got that deadly stroke. For a guy who was picked 51st overall, a lot of guys drafted that late never get a chance to play a single NBA game. The sharpshooter out of Creighton, still draining threes for the Bucks, playing less than 17 minutes a game, turns 39 March 17th. Age 39, only one player remains at 39. Since Pau Gasol was waived by the Blazers, his NBA career is likely over, but the 7-footer will try to make a comeback and play for Spain in Tokyo Olympics 2020. So Udonis Haslem's the last 39-year-old remaining, only suited up for 2 games this season so far, while Jamal Crawford remains unsigned. Nobody's 40 or even 41, but Vince Carter's 42, turning 43 January 26. Yes, that's how long VC's been around. Soon the age number between the two oldest players will be a 4-year difference. Played in over 1,500 career games, everybody from the 99 drafts retired. Nobody's around in the 2000 or 02 draft. Carter was drafted in 98, that was 22 years ago. The first player to be playing in the NBA for 4 decades, truly remarkable. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love all of you. See you next time.